Okay, I wanted to come at this again because I want to have another go at it. I don't think I got quite all the points across.
To for those small milliseconds when you cast Dimension Door.
Let's talk about another plane. Let's talk about the Hell plane, shall we?
But what about that moment
the Heaven
when a
plane.
person takes on a portal to hell,
Compassion
sort of like
and
the
suffering.
Transportation.
When I'm
like the person
thinking in the stone mill, I don't much take it off the stone mill floor,
again.
nor do I go into things malevolent nor benevolent. Often you would think about it like, well, what's you do the stone mill, Jordan? Isn't that benevolent? Well, the thing about that is it can be very benign and it can be very malignant. It can creep up on you over time, and this boiling up rage for people who don't do work. It can be too compassionate on the ones that do the work, and you forget to be hard on them. On the other end of it, I just don't go out and just, this is my stone mill, and hit the button, and now it's a murder factory. You have to think on the long game of your own equipment and things like that. Even if I didn't have rookies rolling through like that, I mean, I'm sure I go as hard as hell on them, and they'd be great. But it's got some chain rip on the PSTD effects, that kind of thing. Now back to the elemental planes, the chemistry, the engineering, the chaos realm. When I think about the stone mill, again, I set that in the astral plane. So he was talking about a book type inside here, the Dragonlands, whatever, over here. And obviously there might be a mission over all the books. It's like these are all books with different lineologies, chronologies, and in different systems. And I often talk about one that maybe I haven't talked about in the right way. I talk about Before Blasphemy, the story of a kid growing up after the bombs drop. I never told you a year, man. You just see cities all burnt down and stuff like that shit. They could be around the corner tomorrow, that's right. And you never know, really, the bombed out cities we in. Now, it may not be the same thing, not according to the right-hand rule of it, because if it started tomorrow, that's what happened, but as Before Blasphemy works its way out, as you meet Leo, Red Wing, Dave, the Bull, and of course I would be the mask wearer, but I'm this kid. I don't tell you the kid's name, lost his parents, come onto this ranging society, whatever, comes in and picks you up, food, water, and shelter, and you find yourself useful as a kid, or they grow you up, sure. Now, I'm hitting every single color in your brain right now, right? Why? Because you want to, I want to, we could all be the kid, we could be that kid at any age, meeting war, starting a fight, getting in a fight with a group of one of them, some spy on there, some bull running for war that is a lion, that may not be the same mask wearer as you, or plague in town, that the battlefield never changes. The study of this piece of machinery, the radio you got to work on Gilligan's Island over there, that's its own astral plane. It's a physics plane, or elemental plane, if you will. You break that down, Jean Grey, right? This operation, that fix on it, but obviously you never need to fix the radio on Gilligan's Island, or you've never needed to fix one before. Why tear it apart so you can learn all the pieces, right?
The astral is a realm of thoughts and of the mind.
Well, no, I mean, tear apart that kid's Before Blasphemy, and next thing you know, thermodynamics, every bolt is changed except for the name. We could talk about that for Who the Bell Tolls, or To Kill a Mockingbird, Before Blasphemy. We change out the date on To Kill a Mockingbird, and all of a sudden, You know, right now you're sitting in this in between, right? I'm not clocked in on nothing. I'm not doing nothing. I don't need to be nowhere. There's no project that I'm working on that dictates the time. Like, hey, I'm trying to finish out on that thing, or, you know, so you're constantly in it right now. In a way, I got a kill agent in the room for protection, and therefore it would if they show similarities in there. You know, I get too far out on here. I don't think there's anything that quite cut the ribbon on anything up in here, but tell you the story as a kid, it might be a little different. Now,
that's what these things are. The astral literally falling apart.
You know, there might be some spooky stuff out there I couldn't explain that they keep buried in the SCP Foundation for all I know. I don't. No, I don't see things like that. But I see the screwball out. I chase the bunny around real good, you know, and in the end of it, sometimes this cleric doesn't see that either. You know what I mean? It's they're in the stone mill being some manager or something like that, and it's like,
they are, of course, still there and perfectly
9th level wizard, huh?
And you can go in and be teleported from the back as
Let
well
that thing
as
run
from
around
the front,
on the floor.
which causes a lot of confusion amongst planar travelers
now,
who sometimes find
again, you know, when I'm dealing with this astrology plane, a lot of Lambda, a lot of Lorenzos, a lot of this, you know, when I'm in the office, you can take the time to focus just on the unit, right? But there's a plane of it where it's like, you know, it's not, you know, I got the drill sergeants down there, they don't need me. You know, what do I got to do to just break out that quantum packet of unit right there, or multiple units when I'm exiting out? It's like, what's the common denominator of that unit? What's the common denominator now that I found that in this next unit? Out of all those units, what's the common denominator? Now, I could fall in. I could say at the base level that unit, E2, I just clock in, they need one. Maybe that improves the unit, and that's good. But on the other end of that, is it effective or worth it to be in E2 and you have that kind of skill and timeline to do it now? The turnover is obviously if I take the E2 and change places with you, you are beyond that point. But if I take something equally inside of that group, kind of let you know where the limits are on that story, right? It's like, it's going to let you know I have to go with that flow even though there's no limits for that astral plane, right? Millions of dollars, infinite cost, no time limitation or personnel restrictions. If you design with those things, maybe that's actually what it takes to make the right answer.
Like I said, the dangers of these storms do not necessarily